Danke per seguir con nosotros, soy Marcosani Williams y esta es Notisia internacional. Holanda terá alrededor de 250 mil milhões de euros na acordo comercial novo com China. Assim, o ministro-presidente de Holanda, Mark Rutte, está informado durante a conferência de prensa do Conselho de Ministros de Holanda, em Mainta. Primeiro Rutte está back na Holanda depois de uma visita na China, caminho a participar em Fórum Econômico de Bao na Hainan, província de Hainan, na China, no sul de China. Primeiro Rutte, na mesmo momento, a encabeçar a delegação comercial holandesa na China.
Goedendag allemaal. Ja, vandaag een paar dingen in mijn inleidend statement. In de eerste plaats toch nog even kort terugblikkend op de missie naar China met 4 collega's uit het kabinet. Bedoeld om het Nederlandse bedrijfsleven daar in een etalage te zetten. En ik denk dat je mag vaststellen dat de Nederlands-Chinese samenwerking veel kansen biedt. De missie heeft ook al de nodige resultaten opgeleverd. Er zijn zo'n 35 contracten en samenwerkingsverbanden afgesproken met een totale waarde van $250 miljoen. Los daarvan is er ook nog zo'n €200 miljoen aan afspraken gemaakt in de landbouwsector, die deels overlapt met die 250 miljoen. En je weet bij dit soort missies dat de echte opbrengsten pas later komen als ook de contacten die gelegd zijn volledig tot wasdom komen. Ook veel politieke gesprekken kunnen voeren, onder andere over vrijhandel uiteraard. Het dreigende conflict tussen Amerika en China, waarbij Nederland op zichzelf begrip heeft voor de zorgen van de Amerikanen waar het betreft over de Chinese marktopening. De mate waarin de Chinese markt open staat voor buitenlandse investeringen en er voldoende bescherming is van intellectuele eigendomsrechten. Tegelijkertijd positief dat de speech van de Chinese president op het forum op Hainan, het Bao Forum, dat hij juist ook daarover ging en die punten leek te adresseren met de nodige urgentie. Tegelijkertijd staan wij aan de kant van China waar het betreft het benadrukken dit soort conflicten op te lossen altijd in het verband van de Wereldhandelsorganisatie en dat niet te proberen bilateraal te maken. En daarbij gebruik te maken van de bestaande instrumenten om conflicten ook op te lossen. Ik heb zelf in mijn speech op dat forum ook het belang van internationale vrijhandel onderstreept en gisteren het gesprek of het bezoek afgesloten met een gesprek met de Chinese premier, waarbij naast heel veel andere punten we ook gesproken hebben over het belang van het overeind houden van de doelstellingen van de Parijsconferentie, de klimaatconferentie in Parijs een paar jaar geleden. Er is later dit jaar een soort update-conferentie in Katowice in Polen in november. En we hebben afgesproken om de komende tijd onze teams samen te laten werken om te kijken of we als China en Nederland de wereldwijde klimaatambitie van Parijs ook daadwerkelijk overeind kunnen houden. Maar we zien in een aantal landen dat die onder druk staat. En dat zal dan leiden tot nader telefonisch overleg over een week of 8 weer met de Chinese collega.
Também o ministro-presidente holandês a criticar a Rússia para usar seu direito de veto para bloquear a resolução proponedor de merca e sostener, entre outros, door de Holanda, do Conselho de Seguridade das Nações Unidas da trata e ataque químico que tabisa que toma lugar, já sabe, último na Doma na Síria. Rutte.
Eerder hebben we allemaal de verschrikkelijke beelden gezien uit Douma. Van onschuldige mannen en vrouwen en kinderen met symptomen die duiden op een gifgasaanval. Het gebruik van gifgas is een grove misdaad en een ernstige schending van het internationale recht. De internationale gemeenschap kan dit niet accepteren. Nederland heeft opgeroepen tot snelle actie van de VN-veiligheidsraad en het instellen van een onderzoek naar de aanval, zodat de schuldigen ook daadwerkelijk gevonden kunnen worden. Tot onze spijt, we betreuren dat zeer, heeft Rusland een veto uitgesproken in de Veiligheidsraad tegen zo'n onderzoek. Dat onderzoek zou ook kunnen leiden tot het vinden van wie moet je nou aansprakelijk houden van deze wandaden. Rusland heeft de afgelopen jaren 12 keer zijn veto gebruikt over Syrië, waarvan 6 keer toen het ging over chemische wapens. Zo wordt nu wederom een internationaal rechtelijke aanpak tegen het gebruik van chemische wapens tegengehouden. En nogmaals, dat wordt zeer betreurd. Het kabinet, zo heeft Ank Bijleveld ook gezegd toen zij uit haar gesprek met haar Amerikaanse collega Mettes kwam. En ik heb het gisteren in Peking gezegd nog tegen de journalisten. Wij achten het waarschijnlijk dat er gifgas is gebruikt en ook waarschijnlijk dat Syrië hierachter zit. En voor een eventuele reactie van de Verenigde Staten en anderen, ze lijken samen te werken met de Fransen en de Engelsen, hebben wij begrip, gezien de ernstige schending van het internationaal recht. Daarbij is dan wel van belang dat zo'n reactie proportioneel blijft.
Mientras tanto, a Organização para a Proibição de Arma Química, OPCW, a confirmar que um especialista na área da Síria e que agora ainda está ganhando cooperação do governo de Síria para investigar a alegação de possível ataque químico que ha tomado lugar já sabe último na Doma.
The OPCW informed the Syrian government that the mission's team, the fact-finding mission, will consist of two groups. These two groups will arrive separately to Syria on Thursday, today, as well as tomorrow on Friday. The OPCW sent 4 passports to the Syrian embassy in Brussels. The visas were granted immediately. So the Syrian government has granted immediately 4 visas to 4 persons of the team. The Syrian government inquired about the passports of the second group, and the answer was that they are not yet ready, meaning that they are en cours. The Syrian government is ready to grant the visas for the second team the moment it receives the passports, and to make the process swift and easy for the team. The Syrian government informed the OPCW that the visas could be granted at the crossing border with Lebanon, meaning that we are even ready to grant the visas at the border with Lebanon as soon as the team will arrive there, in case there is any delay or reasons that might a reason that might delay their getting the visa from Brussels, from our embassy in Brussels. Any delay or disruption in the visit, will be a result of the political pressure exercised on the OPCW team, on the OPCW from a very well-known states, as the Syrian government expressed its readiness to facilitate this visit in all its aspects. We will facilitate the arrival of the team to anywhere they want in Douma to check whether or not there was use of chemical substances. منظمة حظر الأسلحة الكيميائية أبلغت الحكومة السورية بأنها سترسل فريقا مؤلفا من دفعتين. فريق سيصل يوم الخميس وفريق سيصل غدا الجمعة. السفارة السورية منحت 4 فيز ل4 أشخاص في سفارتنا في بروكسل. سألنا عن بقية جوازات السفر فقالوا لنا أنها غير جاهزة بعد، جوازات سفر الفريق الثاني الذي يفترض أن يصل غدا الجمعة. على كل حال نحن جاهزين كحكومة أنه حتى نمنح الفيز لهذه الجوازات للأشخاص المتبقين على حدودنا مع لبنان فور وصول الفريق إلى الحدود اللبنانية السورية. أي تأخر أو تشويش على هذه الزيارة سيكون نتيجة للضغط السياسي من الدول إياها، الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية وفرنسا وبريطانيا ومن يدور في فلكها، على منظمة حظر الأسلحة لمنع إتمام هذه الزيارة. الحكومة السورية ستسهل وصول الفريق إلى أي نقطة يريدها أعضاؤه في بلدة دوما. Please.
Thanks a lot. One is the UK, it's reported as having something called a war cabinet, that Theresa May has convened her ministers to discuss possible military action. Is that your understanding, and what do you think of it? And the second one is a question where the US has called it an outrage, that I wanted to get your response, that Syria would become the president of the Conference on Disarmament on May 28th. They've said down in Washington, Robert Wood, the disarmament guy. Because I wanted to get your comment on how the UN system works and becoming president of the conference on disarmament.
It's let me start with the second question. It's not up to the United States or to Britain or to France to determine who should be or who shouldn't be president of the conference on disarmament. We will preside over the conference of disarmament when our turn will arrive. So this is out of question for us not to preside over this very important body of the United Nations. As for the British policy, you know, Britain is an integral part of the problem, not a part of the solution. And Britain has pushed the American elephant during all history to go forward towards these bellicose adventures, failed bellicose adventures. So we don't pay that much attention to what the British government would say, because we know that Britain is pushing towards the escalation and pushing towards further complicating the international environment, which runs against the peace and stability in the world and against Britain's mission in the Security Council to maintain with others peace and security in the world.
Ambassador, tell me, did the Syrian government use chemical weapons on civilians?
I hope you are not naive to pose such a question after all what you have heard from all parts. We denied maybe 1,001 time, similar to 1,001 nights, the Arabian Nights. We denied 1,001 time using any chemical substances against our own people. And we provided all the necessary and required justifications for saying that. So it's time to digest and metabolize what we are saying.
Do you have any versions on who might have used them on civilians?
We said it many times. Of course, the terrorists have acquired chemical substances from Libya a long time ago, from the Libyan stock. But this operation was facilitated by the Turkish intelligence, the Saudi intelligence, and the American and French intelligence services. They smuggled these chemicals from Libya to Istanbul on board of civilian airlines. And the guy who was in charge of transporting these substances was a guy named Haytham Al-Qassar.
Just to clarify your introductory remarks, so the first group of the investigators, they got the visas?
Yes, four persons.
Four.
Yes.
So it's going to be two groups of 4 people?
We don't know yet how many persons they will add to the first team, but we know that there will be 2 teams. A team composed out of 2 groups.
The arrival is scheduled for today and tomorrow.
The first team, I guess, has already arrived to Lebanon right now.
They're going to be in Syria today. And they're going to be in Syria today. You said
definitely,
Thursday.
yes.
And when are they? Do you have any idea when are they going to start working?
We
on the
don't
ground
know. It's up to them. We are ready to escort them to wherever they want, anytime they want.
Are they in Beirut at the moment?
The first team in Beirut.
Thank you.
The first team.
Thank you.
سعادة السفير، هل هناك من جثث سينظرون فيها أو يشرحونها لاكتشاف إذا كان هناك مواد كيميائية استخدمت؟
There are terms of references agreed upon with the Syrian government as well, between the OPCW and the Syrian government. These terms of reference have always been applied to such cases. I don't know the details, but there are already an agreed terms of reference for this kind of mission.
Segundo o governo de Síria, sin embargo, o ataque com arma química estava planeado para serviço secreto de país estrangeiro. O ministro de Relações Exteriores de Rússia, Sergei Lavrov, durante uma conferência de prensa, assegurou que o incidente que tomou lugar, supostamente, já sabe, o último, estava coisa orquestrada para agente especial de país estrangeiro. Lavrov não avisa qual país é que está, mas avisa que está segundo uma agenda russofóbica. Com outra palavra, a meta de ataque aqui que estava orquestrado para agente não secreto de país estrangeiro, estava com a meta para sujar a imagem de Rússia, para espanto, medo, rabia, de culpa de gente no mundo contra de Rússia. De outra banda, países europeus estão seguir firme na chamada para a Rússia cambiar sua comportação. Stop de ninguém hecho e começa a cooperar. O governo russo ha advertido que se merca e seu aliado na maneira França e Inglaterra lançam ataque de represália contra o governo de Síria, dando risco de começar uma guerra hopi grande. Rússia acaba com não defender o governo de Síria de Bashar al-Assad que torna força. Pois a tensão cresce no mundo entre aliados do Oeste, que está West Europa, Norte América, e Rússia, na outra banda. Pero, mientras tanto, Suécia está propondo no Conselho de Seguridade das Nações Unidas para a Nações Unidas mandar uma missão para a Síria para resolver a inteira problemática de arma química, que não unicamente não é um desastre, mas o inteiro problema de arma química em sua totalidade. A arma química de Síria mister a quedar entregada segundo um acordo com o presidente sírio Bashar al-Assad, mas eventualmente não a culminar a trajetória aqui. Está propondo para acabar de resolver a situação de arma química aqui. Embaixador de Suécia na Nações Unidas.
This is where we are this morning. First of all, I want to say that I think it's a good thing that we have an opportunity to meet again this morning to discuss the situation in Syria. As you know, we felt that we were disappointed that we didn't get further on when we last discussed it 2 days ago. Since then, there has been, of course, a lot of concern about the next steps that may be taken here. People are afraid. People are concerned about the escalation. But we also have to say that we have not done our job when it comes to coming to terms with everything that relates to the chemical weapons use in Syria. So the question is, what do we do now? We have suggested a way forward, which we think is credible and robust, which would mean that we express our support for the fact-finding mission from the OPCW, which is on its way, that we hand to the Secretary General to use his good offices, which he had very much offered in the letter to the Security Council last night, to help us agree on a impartial mechanism for attribution of guilt and responsibility and accountability. And finally, what we find is still missing in all of this has been the fact that we have not once and for all come to terms with the entire difficulties of disarming and coming to closure and disclosure when it comes to the chemical weapons that may still be in Syria. And therefore we have suggested to discuss today with our colleagues the possibility of a high-level disarmament mission to quickly, immediately just go to Syria and try to sort out all these outstanding issues once and for all and very quickly. So this is where we stand. I don't know whether this will work out, but that's the way we want to see moving forward.
When you say high level?
Look, this is something that we will also ask the Secretary General to appoint and to send out, but it's not the first time in the world that we're confronted with a lot of questions regarding weapons of mass destructions. So there is experience on how to try to resolve it, and I'm sure that experience and knowledge exists within the Secretariat.
How quickly are you trying to move toward a vote on this resolution?
Well, as quickly as possible, but again, we're not imposing ourselves or this. It needs to have colleagues will need to look at it. It's an idea that we floated this morning, so we'll see how much time is needed. But to my mind, the clock is ticking, and the Council needs to shoulder its responsibility collectively.
Ambassador, both of these proposals on the disarmament mission and investigative mechanism, are they included in one resolution?
Yeah, they're in our draft, yes. There'll be two separate missions. There's a sequence in all this. It's the FFM, it's the attribution, and it is the high-level mission on disarmament.
So vai pausa breve e ci sono e deporte.